So I have just watched Shounen Strike, and I intend to share my opinion with teenagers and adults, specifically those who are over the age of 13. So if you're under the age of 13, this video is not made for you, and I suggest you click off immediately. Now that I am speaking to the correct age group, I have a lot to say about the Fatal Conflict movie Shounen Strike. The movie doesn't really feel like a movie at all, it genuinely just feels like an extended episode of Fatal Conflict. I'm gonna get the good stuff out of the way first. The animation was amazing, even for Fatal Conflict standpoints, which is really saying a lot. The characters' movements are really fluid, the speed they move it at is absolutely perfect, it's not too fast or too slow, which is really hard to find now. The impact of the hits, well, you can just feel every single one, or at least I did, and it has a ton of visuals which are just amazing. Every single second was an entertaining ride to watch, and it really made me enjoy the movie as a Fatal Conflict episode. I also found some of the dialogue absolutely hilarious, but that really wasn't the intention. It also represents the powers of these characters well. Now for the bad things to do with this movie. The personalities of these characters are not represented at all and are just kind of ignored. Natsu, Luffy, and Goku are all terribly written. Goku fights for zero reason and does, nothing that's in character for him. And towards the end of the movie, he does something that is not like him at all. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm on about. Luffy is ungrateful to Goku for helping him out and attacks him anyway. I don't really even know what Natsu wants to do in this movie. Ichigo has no motivation to fight in this movie that I can remember of. I hate Goku and Luffy in this movie, but they have motivations at least. As for the plot, well, it's basically non-existence. The movie forgets it has a plot for the majority of its runtime. Vegeta just kind of shows up at the end for some reason. He literally does nothing. Goku Black doesn't really do anything either. He fights at the beginning of the movie, but that's about it. And the movie ends on a terrible cliffhanger, and I already know how that cliffhanger fight will end. So what do I think of the movie overall? Overall, as a Fatal Conflict episode, this gets a 10 out of 10. The fights were absolutely fantastic. I don't have the words to describe how much I enjoyed it. As a movie, though, it gets a 1 out of 10. It's got a laughably terrible story and characters, and it's basically saved from a 0 by the visuals. So if you're gonna watch it as another Fatal Conflict and not a real movie. Quick disclaimer, I said Goku has no motivation to fight and then said he had a motivation. That's just an error that I was too lazy to correct.